G3T-ZM, Golf 3 Tango, Zulu Mike, checking access and connecting to DMR.
G3T-ZM, this is 9H-HAM. Hi, Liz. We're standing by to start the next in about 11. Sorry if you heard echo, that's because I'm monitoring from both 2 or 3 different sources, but I'll turn those out obviously.
Yeah, 9H-5FA from G3T-ZM, yeah. Good evening, Anthony, and thanks for the call back here. You did drop out a couple of times then during your transmissions. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll count everything. Did you finally manage to read the report that I sent you at all, and wonder what you think about it? G3T-ZM over.
Bill, to be honest, I've skimmed through it, but I haven't read it in detail yet because I had a couple of deadlines for projects which I had to submit, and I've got another deadline this week, Friday. But this weekend I'll go through it. Sorry for the delay, I know that, but I'm spending till 2 o'clock in the morning to try and meet some funding project deadlines, basically. That's the best funds for projects at university. Back to you, Bill. G3T-ZM is 9H-5FA.
Yeah, from G3T-ZM. Yeah, okay. The reason I sent it to you is that there's a lot of pointers in there that might help you with the installation of the new repeater, and it applies. You know, a lot of the things apply across the board, so it's useful to know some of these things before you start. I only say that because of having had 21 years as a member of the Repeater Management Committee here in the UK, rising to Deputy Chairman, Vice Chairman. I was Vice Chairman for a number of years, and we looked after over 300 repeaters here in the UK, and some of which I was responsible for directly here in the West Midlands part of the UK, and that in the end the authority, the communications authority, actually gave us the job of vetting the applications. So any applications that were made had to come to us. We then had to go through them and vet them before submitting them for approval, final approval. And I'm pleased to say that 99% of them went straight through, so without any problems. So we clearly were doing a reasonable job on their behalf. 9H-5FA from G3T-ZM.
Yeah, the repeater, so the DMR repeater, we haven't set up yet. At the moment we have a location for it with the antenna and just box, literally a packing box where the repeater is not just stay and there are small cables and so connected. This is actually the place where the old repeater, uncontrolled repeater used to be. But then there are plans for another repeater, but that's not for this calendar year for sure. So yeah, obviously I'm going to go to Oxford and we only have one potential site yet. It's not excellent. Trying to find a better one, but that's for the other things there. But I will go to that, and yeah, thanks for it. It actually saved the way with my radio folder on my computer. It's like when the exam has to go through sort of these days, including some magnets and whatever. Really, how am I going to do it? At the moment, I'm talking on directly on Local 9H-HAM using Reuters. Before, I was using RS. I was using 347 121 RS. I am monitoring myself via echo link on my headphones, and I am coming through perfectly clear from echo link, at least on my end. Having the pure side. I think you see that that's 9H-HAM.
Yeah, from G3T to them. Yeah, most of that was very good. Just towards the end, there was a dropout, just for a second or so, but most of it was much clearer this time round. So you're obviously doing something right this time. Yeah, I'm just using Echo Link here. From the PC direct to my router, and the router sat next to me in the office here. Okay, yeah, I'm very busy. I've got a railway job tomorrow, and I might have another one on Friday. I don't know yet. But next month is my 81st birthday, so I'm glad to be still active and keeping it up. And so. Keeping busy and keeping out of mischief. 9H5FA G3TZ demo.
Yeah, I'm just 9H-HAM to say, yeah, sorry for the delay. I had a telephone call, and I just I'm not very easily called the person I called back. Yeah, so you guys did it. First of all, congratulations on your 81st birthday. You're I mean, it's amazing. And you don't sound 81. Believe me, you do not sound 81. I mean, I would have put you in your 50s or 60s. Yeah, about the train activity, you know, I'm sure that you get into it with a lot of energy, and and I'm sure you know it expertly. Because I've never met anyone with a broad knowledge of things that you have. And I still have no one or two people who are sort of trained enthusiasts. Yeah, keep up the good work. I'm going to go on standby Bill for a couple of minutes until we start. So I'm just supposed to go that everything is working right here because I'm still on YouTube at the moment. And I usually double check, and we're starting in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to be on standby. We'll talk to you soon. GTT's event from 9H-HAM.
Yeah, Roger. Just quickly, I'll be in Malta next month for 3 weeks, and so I should be around on the repeaters there, and I'll stand by now. G3T for them, standing by.
I will say. the C4FM repeater. Um, if you have a look at the email, the calendar invite that you noted is the calendar invite. The 9H-HAM DMR repeater, which is now operating on C4FM, has been changed from UHF to VHF. There are all the details in the notes which I sent out to the calendar invite. So you have to reprogram your radio. GP3 to 10 is like I say.
Yeah, from G3T to them, yeah. I'm well aware of that, because I have contacts in Malta, and I've reprogrammed my radio some time ago. In fact, I took it out with me today and tried to access the local repeater, but didn't realise that I'd actually switched it on to 9H1 UHF. So I wonder why I wasn't getting a response from the repeater. But yeah, I've programmed 2 meters and 70 sems into it, ready to come over. G3T to them up.
QST, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, inviting everyone to the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Before we start the net, is there any emergency traffic? Is there any emergency traffic for the net? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, standing by for any emergency traffic. Hearing now. Can proceed. This net is held every 2 weeks in both Naples because Wednesdays at 20 hours most of the time. And held on held on the 9H1 DMR repeater. It's actually transmitting in C4FM. It's also streamed live on YouTube on the 9H-HAM GlobalNet channel. It is on Echolink on the 9H1 DMR/L node, and anyone can join. It's an open net for anyone to join. Today I'm working without a script, so excuse me if I this is supposed to be for the repeaters to prevent the timeout. 9H5 again. What I forgot to say that this net is also carried on toll group 2780 on DMR toll group 2780. So any path to toll group 2780 will allow you to participate in this net. I'd like to really thank all the people who contribute and who work in the background. The non-members of Malta Kapowski, Jerry, who does a lot of work in the background and push the net forward quite a bit. And of course, there's other people who have contributed, and actually we've had some. We've had at least one offer for help, which I will take on. Additional help from yours I will take on later on. It's not probably. And what it was again. It's like I say. I will start off by taking check-ins for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I will stand by for check-ins for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Please take it night to check in through what way you're connecting to the net. Just explore full sign in phonetic alphabet and allow a few seconds between check-ins. 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, standing by for check-ins to the 9H-HAM GlobalNet today, the 11th of March, 2026.
9H-1 US.
So I have 9H-1 US, I also have GTC-ZM, Bill, and 1078W should be connecting shortly. And I'll pause a bit for some more seconds, and then we can kick off and take a look at later. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, was invited for additional check-in to the 9H-HAM. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, detected a carrier, and it seems like it was a carrier from the C4FM repeater. I'm not sure if someone's trying to connect. If anyone is trying to connect, you haven't really come through. There was a carrier which for 2 seconds, and then there's anyone trying to connect to C4FM, please come again. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Anthony 9H5 Foxtrot Alpha 9H1 Uniform Sierra. I would suggest you will change to FM instead of digital. If no one is using the toll group 2780, that I think that no one is using it, because I can see that some people are connected to Echolink. I would suggest you change to Foxtrot Mike, so that everyone who doesn't have SC4FM radio can communicate. 9H5FA, 9H1 US.
7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. APW, this is 9H5FA. 7APW, this is 9H5FA. Jerry, how are you connected via 2780? Because I can't see you on the calling. On the net M7APW, yes I am, but I'll go to Echolink, and it should take me about half a minute, and that way Antoine has a good idea, and it would hopefully allow more people to participate. Evening to everybody. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey back to net control. and definitely 9H FA. Yeah, we could switch. I could switch to FM, and you can go to Echo Link. Jerry, let me wait for you to go to Echo Link first before switching to FM. We've been trying to have an FM analog service which will go to 2780, and Antoine has done a lot of work, and I've got to do some more myself. This weekend we'll probably have it set up, because now they've got everything, and Antoine has left us some equipment too, and got the software all set up on the computer ready done. So this weekend I'll try and set up, and we should get so 780 and then repeater as well. Back to the next. Jerry, I'm going to wait until I see you on Echo Link before I switch to analog. Because once I switch to analog, we won't be on the Global 2780 anymore. We'll just be on Echo Link. I'm sorry. Bye.
Okay, this is 9H1 US. I can see that everyone is connected now on Echo Link, so we can switch to FM. Actually, I am transmitting on FM. Back to you, Anthony, 9H5 FA, 9H1 US. I didn't receive anything from Anthony. Do you copy N78PW, 9H1 US? 9H1 US, 9H5FA. Do you copy now? This is me on FM. 9H1 US with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. It's 9H5FA. I'm monitoring myself on Echo Link. I can hear myself on Echo Link, so I think it's working fine. I can confirm that. Back to you.
with 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Thanks a lot. Yeah, actually I'm using a PowerBank UP5R Mini with its own hopeless antenna. But since we're pretty close, it seems to be working fine. Geographically, we're pretty close, it seems to be working fine. So today, Antoine, 9H1 US, has offered to tell us something about his very complicated repeater setup, which interfaces with several other things which he'll tell us all about, including wires X and so I'll just leave the mic to him. This, as with other 9H-HAM GlobalNet sessions, this is being streamed live, and the recording will be available on YouTube in a couple of days, and after the editing is done by N7APW. This is 9H5FA. I'm handing over the mic to 9H1 Uniform Sierra to tell us about his system and how best to use it. Back microphone to 9H1 US. This is 9H5FA. Okay. Good evening, everybody. From 9 Hotel 1 Uniform Sierra. So, just a brief note about the 9H1 DMR repeater that right now is on VHF on the R2. And actually this repeater operates on dual modes, on analog and on digital, the system fusion from Yaesu, the C4FM. The repeater can recognize clearly which transmission is being received, and if it will receive analog transmission, it will repeat on analog transmission. And if it will receive digital C4FM, it will automatically change to digital C4FM. So basically that is the system. The repeater is connected also to an Echolink link, which the Echolink link can recognize if it is analog or digital. If it receives an analog, the Echolink will change to analog, and if it will receive to digital, it will change to digital. But if someone will be on Echolink, this doesn't matter. If someone is operating Echolink via a computer or on a mobile phone or whatever, if it is analog or digital, it doesn't matter. It matters only RF-wise, locally. And there is something happening right now. It is on testing purpose. It's not 100% functional about the cross mode to DMR, to talk group 2780 or whatever other talk group that is on Brandmeister. But we are trying to make the talk group 2780 directed to the R2 repeater, and our aim is that one day this talk group will be functional on analog mode and not digital, so it will be cross-moding from Brennmeister to C4FM and then via the FM mode.
Did the timer get Antoine and 7APW?
9H1 US to the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA. Antoine, I think the timer timed you out because we missed the last 2 or 3 minutes of what you were saying. So, and so, and to complicate matters, my Echolink software, which I used to stream the audio on YouTube, just hung, and I had to close it and launch it again. So I guess everything was fine until you were talking about the cross mode between C4FM and the 780 and the group 780. But then from the analog part onwards, I think it was lost. back to you. This is 9 Hotel 1 Uniform Sierra. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. H5 Foxtrot Alpha 9H1 Uniform Sierra with all the group. Yes, excuse me about that. I was timed out and I didn't recognize that. So, what I was saying is that TOW group 2780 is working on digital right now on C4FM cross-moding. Our aim in the future is that we put TOW group 2780 from Brennmeister to FM on this repeater, on the local repeater, so that everyone can access the TOW group, since not everyone is available on C4FM. And the other thing is that the repeater is connected to wires X as well. Right now, there is a room for the 9H1 DMR repeater, which is active, and if someone will need to connect to the repeater via wires X, just search for the room number on the list of wires X and dial that number, and you can connect. Mike, back to you. Net control 9H5 Foxtrot Alpha 9H1 US. Nine Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Is Jerry and 7APW, do you copy? And Bill, GT3 to them, do you copy? Because I can't see you on Echo Link, I'm not sure. Echo Link is doing something strange, it seems. I can see someone who connected a few minutes ago, 9 Hotel 1 Golf Yankee. Joe, welcome to the net. Putting it down in the log file as well. So I'll pass on the microphone to you very soon. But meanwhile, Jerry and Bill and 7APW and GT3 to them, could you tell me if you're copying? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
9H5FA and 7APW. The reason you can only see Joe is because somebody's connected directly to you as opposed to 9H1DMR-L. And so everybody else disappears. But I can hear you fine, and I'll pass it over to Bill to confirm the same, and we'll go from there. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, and good evening to 9H1 Golf Yankee.
N7APW and the net from G3TZM. Yeah, good evening all, particularly to Anthony and Antoine, and to you, of course, Jerry. Yes, Antoine is 100% perfect, absolutely fabulous signal. And at this point, Antoine, I've used your previous repeater in Malta many times, so thank you very much indeed for all the work that you're doing on the repeater. It's just unbelievable. With your work that I know you're doing, your full-time job. I don't know how you manage it, but very well done, excellent. Thank you very much. And Anthony, there is some noise on your signal, so I don't know whether you're using RF or what you're using, but there is a little bit of noise on your signal where Antoine is perfect. 9H5FA from G3TZM, over.
G3TZM with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Bill, yes, I'm aware of the noise, and I really can't get rid of it. And that's due to a large monitor I've got in front of me, and three laptops which are all on in my study, and some LED lights around me, and they all seem to cause some interference. So if I go up and sort of walk to the next room, that interference will disappear. But that means that I can't sort of stream, and I can't know what's happening with my computer. So yeah, I'm hearing the noise myself through Echo Link as well. But the signal strength I'm seeing, at least when I talk, is quite strong. So at least the readability should be fine. Let me pass on the mic to 9 Hotel 1 Golf Yankee, who just joined a few minutes ago. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Welcome, Joe. Mike, to you.
9 Hotel 1 Golf Yankee, saying hello to 9H5 Fox Alpha and G3TZM, and also to 9H5 USA, Antoine. I'm very, very happy, and also to Jerry as well. And having been on Echo Link for many, many months or so, and everyone is coming perfect, loud and clear, and it's a pleasure that you have accepted me on your net here. Unfortunately, this evening I couldn't stay too much longer, but I make a note of it, and in future I'll try to come and say hello to all friends like you. 9H5 Fox Alpha and the group 9H10Y.
9 Hotel 1 Golf Yankee. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Joe, you're always welcome. We meet every 2 weeks, and Antoine has done a lot of work to get the system up and running, and he's still tweaking it, and sometimes he'll do some trials, and there's something which I have to do from my end as well, with some equipment which he lent me, and well, depending on my contribution actually at this stage, by the next net, we should have analog to DMR cross mode, through one or more options, because there are, Antoine is trying to do it one way and I'm trying to do it another. So one of us will get to it. This is 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I'm just putting the mic to the floor, so anyone who would like to take and say anything, just take the mic. This is 9H-5FA.
Okay, I took it, 9H1US. I can see that there is Martin aside. His call is 9 Hotel 2 Mike Sierra. Maybe he can join this net. We'll pass the mic to Martin. Martin, are you here? 9H2 Mike Sierra, 9H1US. H2 Mike Sierra, 9H1US. Martin, you are on the fringe of the repeater, and I know that you are there, but only noise, not readable. I know that you are transmitting from a basement in a garage, as you told me on the chat, but you are not making it through the repeater. No modulation at all. Maybe if you can find a better position, or maybe if you can go a little bit outside or near a window or something, and that will be better and it will help. I will pass it back to Jerry, and then we will give a pause for you, Martin, and 7APW 9H1US.
Yeah, very good, Antoine. 9H1US and the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW returning. Clearly, a lot of work has been done, and everything sounds really good. And from what I hear, more improvements are in the works as well, and that's very exciting. I've always believed that, you know, there are a lot more hams who have analog VHF/UHF radios than there will ever be radios that are also digital as well. But just about, I don't know whether it's true all the way across, but just about most radios that do digital also have analog as well. And so I'd like some more information, Antoine. What's the coverage of the repeater? Where is it located? And you know, some good stuff like that. That way, everybody has a good idea of whether, like you said, you can sit comfortably in your chair in the living room, or else have to go sit near a window, which I've done many times. The weather has been beautiful and not so beautiful. We had a day yesterday that was approximately 20 degrees Celsius, which is pretty warm for Wyoming this time of the year. But also overnight we had snow. So the weather doesn't know exactly where it's going. The birds are starting to migrate, but they don't know where they're going either. All right, it's nice to hear everybody. Joe, it's been a long time. I'm glad you're doing well. You sound very good, my friend. And I hope everything is well with you and your family as well. I'll pass it over back to the net and 7APW.
Alpha. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I think I doubled with Martin, 9H2 Mike here. Are you trying to transmit again? Because at one point I heard a lot of, at least I did, what sounds like noise, but no modulation whatsoever. If you'd like to change location, perhaps you can move up one floor, or perhaps close to the exit of the garage, or that might help. Not sure. I'm not sure exactly where you are transmitting from, so I'm just imagining. I'll pass on the mic to you, Martin, just in case you'd like to change location a bit and have another go. 9 Hotel 2 Mike Sierra, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
Antoine, this is Martin, 9 Hotel 2 Mike Sierra. Is it better now at this place?
9H2 Mike Sierra, 9H5FA. You came in loud and clear. Yep, if you can keep that location, it's perfect. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, Mike, back to you. 9H2 Mike Sierra, this is 9H5FA with 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
Thank you very much, 9H5FA, this is 9H2 Mike Sierra. Here is at the street level, because the garage, the basement garage, I use it as a study and workshop. Have a lot of hobbies there. I will be telling you someday about them. Actually, in fact, I was setting the free GitHub IPTV on an old LG LED, and it's working very, very fine. It's very old. It's 2017. Here at street level, in front of my house, it is completely without building. Here is some about half a meter down the Kind's showroom, and in front of my house, in fact, there is no buildings. Is it solid copy from your side? Thanks. 9H2MS to 9H5FA.
9H2MS with 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA. Martin, it's as solid as can be. Just stay where you are. Don't move an inch. Back to you. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
So Alpha, I think you are Antoine, if I'm remembering well. Thank you very much. Actually, I don't have so much charge on this. This is a very simple Quanshank UVK58. It's extremely cheap, in fact, only 20 euros from Banggood. But it works very well, and for the price, they are really unbelievable. In fact, I was speaking to someone from the international net, and they advised me to buy it from Banggood, and that's just 20 euros, unbelievable. Unfortunately, I don't have so much charge actually on it, so I don't know whether I could go on very, very long actually. Back to you, Antoine, and I'll talk a bit with you and to all the others on the net. 9H-2MS to 9H-5FA.
9H-2MS to the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Martin, yeah, so there is me, who is Anthony, there is Antoine at the moment on the net, who is 9 Hotel 1 Uniform Sierra. So that's a bit confusing. There's an Antoine and there's an Anthony. So I wasn't sure exactly who you were referring to before you said the call sign. Yeah, I have one of those Quan Chengs. It's the exact same model. And it actually performs quite well, and I basically played around with it by flashing different firmwares on it. And yeah, at the moment I've got a firmware on it which is gives you a very informative screen. The display on the default firmware is, you know, is a bit lacking, but with the firmware we're using now, at least there's a very informative screen. Yeah, I'm surprised at that radio, simply because you can play around it, flashing different third-party firmwares. And there are quite a number of options to choose from. There are sort of people who have embarked on writing all the firmware for this radio. So, back to the net. This is 9H-5FA. I don't know about pass the mic to Antoine, so Anthony to Antoine, 9H-1US, or anyone who would like to take the mic. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. I took it, 9H-1US. Nsallim lek Martin emmek. You are coming in very good. And as I told you, maybe if you can make a simple antenna in your studio or garage, whatever, that will help a lot. Because as you told me, it's a basement, and with a handheld from a basement, it's a little bit difficult. Anyway, just to answer some questions that Gary made, that asked, the repeater is located in Mrihal. It's the antenna is about 65 meters above sea level, and at the moment it is using an antenna, quite an old antenna, and I am in process that I bring down that antenna and change with a new one for VHF. Anyway, things will improve for sure, but slowly. As Bill told, that this hobby takes a lot of time, and I need to manage with my work, and I need to manage with my hobby as well. And actually it took me some quite time to make the change, but it's my pleasure doing it. So I think this is going to be my last over. I will pass the mic to Bill, G3TZM, and you can continue between you. I have to go off air soon. Back to you, Bill, G3TZM, 9H1US, and 73 to everyone.
Yeah, Roger, 9H1US and the net from G3TZM. Tayyab Hafna, Antoine. Before you disappear, don't forget to send me the picture and the the picture, the model, and everything about the board, and I'll get that organised. The sooner you send it to me, the sooner I can get it sent, and I'll bring it with me for that unit. So please do that. And once again, thank you very much for everything you do. It's I know from having run a communications company for many years while I was working full time what it's like, and that was running a company, not just feeding the hobby, as well as operating on the radio. And again, this weekend I'll be on CW with the Commonwealth contest, and then next month in Malta for 3 weeks. And good evening to Joe, 9H-1GY rather. Kemili Manarak, Joe, hey. And very pleased to hear you on. And to, I think it's Martin, is it? 9H2MS, good evening to you. I don't know whether we've actually worked before. I haven't got the full logbook in front of me, but I also have a Quansheng K5, which was given to me by a very good friend of mine. He ordered one and they delivered him two and only charged him for one, so he gave me the second one, and that's already programmed with 2 repeaters in Malta, 9H1UHF and 9H1DMR. So that's what I'll be fetching with me. It's already programmed. Anyway, net control, you take it and pass it to the next one on the list. 9H5FA from G3TZMO.
G3TZM with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA. Okay, I'm not sure if Antoine is still listening, but Antoine, on behalf of the net, I'd like to thank you for all the things you've done and all the times you've tried to help the net as well, besides. Because Antoine has been doing a number of things in the background, by the way. So thanks a lot, and we'll work on this last thing to get an analog to the door group 2780 cross mode, and also having C4 FM to the 2780 cross mode, and plus echo link. And yeah, I think we'll do it, because Antoine has the resources and the ideas, and I don't have the time, which is not a very good combination, but anyway. All right. Before I pass on the mic, let me pause a bit to avoid timing out the repeaters. This is 9H5FA again. Yeah, just one short thing. One way which I tried to link the cross mode between analog and DMR on flow group 2780. Considering that at the moment we do not have a DMR repeater active in Malta at this point in time, at least. What I tried to do was I used the GB88, which has inbuilt a cross mode of analog to DMR. So GB88 does both crossband and cross mode. And I've been wanting to buy a GB88, and I found the excuse to buy it. And I did try picking up the analog signal, cross moding to DMR, and throw the DMR signal into a hotspot, and sort of that way linking an analog signal to 780. When I tried it, I had huge delays between the analog and the DMR component, which I blamed on the radio. But I could understand why there were those huge delays. A couple of 2 weeks later, the radio firmware started acting funny. Ended up with corrupted icons on the screen. I mean, that's it. And refreshing with the latest firmware, official firmware from the website, didn't help. I ended up sending a number of photographs and corresponding with support. They were very nice, most of the time answering on the same day or latest the next. And we ended up by sending the radio back to them for a replacement. So at the moment I do not have a GT88, and I'm waiting for the replacement to arrive. Once it arrives, that's another option I'll try. This radio obviously has something funny with it. Getting corrupted icons on screen and flashing a number of times with official firmware and nothing changes. And trying to reset to factory conditions, and it doesn't reset to factory conditions. So, well, they're going to replace it. Back to the net. I'm not sure who to pass it on to, but I think Jerry hasn't had the mic for some time. Back to you, Jerry, 978W with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA.
Okay, very good. 9H5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. That's 7APW returning. Hello to Martin. I don't think we've ever talked before, Martin. The name is Jerry, Golf Echo Radio Yankee. And the QTH here is, I'm in the northeast corner of the state of Wyoming in the United States. Where it's nice and quiet and cold. And it looks like we're going to get more snow tomorrow, after yesterday's temperature being approximately 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, very good. I'm really enjoying the net, and nice to hear everybody. Everybody's sounding very, very good. If you're still listening, Antoine, thank you for all you do. Anthony, the same. And I know you had to take the net on short notice, but somehow I'm not as well as I should be. And so I didn't want to take the chance of starting the net and not finishing it. Let me pass it over to Joe. Joe, it's nice to hear you as well. Thank you for checking in. Obviously, you're always welcome. Everybody's always welcome. And now that we're going to have analog as well, a lot of hams can just use an analog radio to check into the net as well. And I hope you do. 9H5 Golf Yankee, 9H5. 9H1 Golf Yankees. Sorry, Joe. And the net and 7APW.
None taken, my friend. I'm an old man, and I don't regret it. I really had it rough, but thanks God I made it. Last January, 89 years of age. So we are running for the 90 years. Okay, and I'm very, very pleased to hear such old friends like you and the rest. Also Antoine, Anthony, and also Bill. I haven't heard him for ages, and I'm very, very happy indeed. Also would like to say hello to 9H-2 Mike Sierra, I believe. His name is Malcolm or Martin. I'm not so sure, because at the moment I'm mono, not stereo. Okay then, and I'm very pleased to be able to come and say hello to such nice people over the years, and I spent many, many years also on MarisNet, which unfortunately time goes by, it doesn't exist anymore, and we used to have a fantastic time. And you can ask your brother 9H1 Fox Bravo Sierra. We used to congregate nearly every day on it, and it was such fun talking to our fellow Maltese all over the world. Okay, with that, I'm afraid I have to go QRT. I haven't had my dinner yet, and I better go. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me on there. And I do wish you sincerely all the best, and hope to meet you again. Till then, stay safe, everyone. Take care, and God bless. N7 APW, and also, of course, the net controller 9H5 Fox Alpha, and the rest, Antoine as well. I wish you all the best. Stay safe, and God bless you all. 9H1GY, saying good night from the island of Malta.
Yeah, very good, Joe. 9H5, 9H5 again. 9H1GY with the Mars net. Next, 9H1GY with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW. The Mars net is still going on, Joe, in a very limited way, but there are still about 4 or 5 of us who meet once a week, and that's on Saturdays at 2000 GMT, and we all connect to VE3 MPU, Mike Papa Uniform, VE3 Mike Papa Uniform via Echolink. So if you happen to be on Echolink on a Saturday evening around 2000 GMT, you may see me as online, and if I'm online, I'm saying hello to some of the old boys. Not many left, Joe, as you very well know, but there are still a couple of us that have been on the MarisNet for about 25 or 30 years, so it's still somewhat active, but nowhere close to where it used to be on HF. And as you very well remember, I'm sure, there was an Australia edition, there was a U.S. or North American edition. They bring back a lot of memories, and they were a lot of fun. Okay, enough of that. And let me pass it over to Martin. Martin, it's nice to hear you on. I don't think we've talked before, but we may have. My memory is not what it used to be. Then this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
You charge the mobile now. I don't know whether I'm going out well.
Fairly well, not too good, but we may have a good copy on you, Martin. Go ahead.
I'm actually out now. Should be better. It was very interesting for me to join you first time now on this net, and hope will be joining you in the future as well. Very interesting indeed, and I thank you all, and especially Antoine for the work on the repeater. And actually I was licensed way back in 1984. I was ex-9H5AG, was 9H5AG in 1984. Then I actually let the hobby, didn't continue actually, and now after being now 6 years as a pensioner, I started increasing and getting back to all the hobbies that I had before. So good night to you all. Hope to be meeting you soon, and thanks for your assistance. Thank you to you all. Good night from Martin, 9H2MS to all the net.
9H-HAM to the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Thank you, Martin. Thanks for joining, and please join again, and you're always welcome. I'm not sure if you're on the mailing list. It's not actually a mailing list, it's a calendar invite list. But before the net, I tried to do it one day before. This time I didn't. I did it this morning. I send out a calendar invite with details of the net to a mailing list. That's the only reason we use the mailing list. No emails, no nothing, just a calendar invite. If you'd like to be added, you have two options. You can either go to the YouTube channel and the info, there's a link which allows you to self-register. Or else I can look up, if you give me the go-ahead, I can look up your email address on QRZ and add you myself manually. Unless you are there already, I'm not sure if you are. 9H-2 Mike Sierra, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
To Mike Sierra. I am already, in fact, yes, I am already. In fact, when I the mobile, I took interest in somewhere or other and I joined. I am receiving the emails actually. I thank you also for that as well. Thanks a lot, Anthony. So good night and thanks a lot to the net. Good night to the whole net and hope I will be joining you next time as well. Good night to all. Thank you.
9H-2 Mike Sierra, good night to you and thanks for joining. I think Antoine 9H1 US has left. Am I correct? I heard someone disconnecting from not 9H1GY disconnected. Yeah, I just saw him disconnecting from Echolink. I'm not sure if Antoine is still here. Antoine, if you're still here and you'd like to take the mic, go ahead. If you're not here, anyone who'd like to take the mic, please take it. This is 9H5 with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with 9H-HAM GlobalNet. I think it's Bill, Jerry, and myself at the moment. We've been an hour, so I'm not sure if there's anyone who would like to go say anything else and take the mic. Please go ahead and do so. Unless if there isn't anyone who would like to take the mic or say anything on the net, we can close the net. I think it was very interesting, and Antoine did a lot of work. I'm going to suggest to him to come on the net another time and just talk to us a bit about WiresX, because at least here locally in Malta, I only know one other person who uses WiresX, and it is so it's not a well-known system. So yeah, I think Antoine, if you're hearing me, I'm going to ask you to come on again if you would like to, obviously, at some other time, and we'll just talk a bit about WiresX. Back to the floor. This is 9H5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
Yeah, from G3T-M, I'll just pick it up quickly because I have to go as well. But okay, thanks, Anthony. Yeah, it's not easy. This I know from running, from having been in professional radio communications for a number of years, running a two-way radio company. I know what it's like, which is why that report was done, which is. I can't recommend highly enough that you read it, because there's a lot of things in there you really need to know to be able to run a repeater properly, because of because of problems that may or may not occur in the future. I'm in the process of helping out with some more. I have already provided a number of aerials into Malta for various things, for repeaters and for the radio club, and a generator and coax and all sorts of stuff I've sent out as well, and helped somebody with some test gear as well that they wanted on eBay. Managed to get hold of that and transport that out to Malta as well over the years, and providing transceivers twice to one of the clubs because of the connection with the Royal Naval Amateur Radio Society. So I know a little bit about radio. Saħa kulħadd, grazzi ħafna u narakom iktar tard. 9H-5FA N7APW from G3TZM. Saħa kulħadd.
G3TZM, 9H-5FA, 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Bill, thanks for kollox. When exactly will you be in Malta? I usually monitor in the evening when I'm sort of working on my computer or something. I'm usually monitoring about 2 repeaters or 3 sometimes with 2 radios, which would be Antoine, the 9H 1 UHFR, which you have programmed in your radio, and also the R4 analog repeater of Marl, of the Marl Club. Yeah, if you'd like to call on any of those repeaters in the evening, I'm usually monitoring also. Yeah, 73s from my end, and thanks. So when is it exactly that you'll be here? When you arrive, basically? 9H G3TZM, 9H-5FA.
Yeah, from G3TZM. I'll send you an email, Anthony, with the information over.
All right, that's perfect. I'll reply to you and I'll acknowledge it. Thanks. So here you from a closer geographical distance. Bye, Bill, and thanks for everything. And 7APW, would you like to have the mic, or I don't know if you would like to say anything. Go ahead, please. Otherwise, we can close the net, I guess. And 7APW with 9H-HAM open net. This is 9H-5FA.
You're at 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Excuse me, and 7APW for a final. I'm fading away quickly, but it is afternoon, and it is 2 o'clock here, local time. We did move the hour 1 hour forward last weekend, and that messes with me like you would not believe these days, but that's okay. I stay up later and I sleep later. Bill, it's nice to hear you again. Hopefully I'll look forward to maybe talking to you bus mobile. I think we've done that once before. I don't remember, but I'll listen out for you. And if I have the radio on, of course, and if somebody gives a call on talk group 2780, if the radio is on and I'm awake, I'll hear them, because I told the Brandmeister system to always allow all traffic on talk group 2780 to go straight to the radio via the hotspot, of course. 73s for now, guys. Have a good evening. It's been a pleasure as always, and we'll talk soon. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. And Anthony, thank you very much for picking up the net this time again. I appreciate it very much.
780W, the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA. Jerry, thanks a lot for all the things you do. And yeah, we're trying to do our best from our end over here as well. So I hope you get better soon. And yeah, we'll keep in touch, perhaps during the weekend. Back to you, Jelly, and for a final, and well, can close the net. This is 9H5FA.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Very good net. Very informative. And between you and Antoine, you're doing a great job at making that repeater very versatile. And it's Adam Rehel, and I'm trying to picture where it is Adam Rehel. You know, the area that I'm mostly familiar with is Rabat Road up there. And I think the brewery was on Rabat Road, and then you went into Hattart and kept going over all the way to Rabat, of course. And the other way you went all the way to Valletta through Hamrun. That's all I remember. But it's good enough. If I ever have to come back, I'm sure I can find my way. Not the new roads, but the old roads that were there 40 some odd years ago. We'll talk about that some other time. 73s for now. Have a good evening. 9H5FA, everybody listening to the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, thank you for listening, and please join us and say hello if you can. And hopefully soon we'll have analog also working, and that will allow a lot of people who don't have digital radios to connect via analog, or else maybe load DroidStar, which is an Android app on an Android phone, and you can also connect that way as well. 73s, have a good evening. 9H5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW.
73 series, this is 9H5FA, and I'm bringing the 9H-HAM GlobalNet to a close today, the 11th of March 2026, and I'll terminate the YouTube stream, and yeah, I'm going to keep on doing some work, and then hopefully go to sleep at a decent hour. Thanks, Jerry. So this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, closing down the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.